Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to unbox pH meter, see what comes in the box, see how to calibrate the meter for accurate readings, and also know what is pH and its importance in our aquarium hobby. Let us first start by understanding what is pH and pH scale. What is pH? pH is the potential of hydrogen in water. Simply said, the strength of hydrogen in a water. Many aquarists have heard pH, but most of us do not understand the importance of maintaining a stable pH in our aquarium. pH is the measure of acidity or alkalinity in the water. The pH scale ranges from 1 to 14, with 7 being neutral. At 7, it's neither acidic nor alkaline. One very important thing to know about the pH scale is that it is logarithmic. So, if your fish thrives in a pH of 7 but the water in your aquarium measures 8, your water is 10 times more alkaline than what it should be. So, it is very easy to see why even a small change in required pH can be stressful and even potentially fatal to your fish. So, the next question comes on how to maintain the right pH level. Well, there are several different ways to influence your water's pH. You can buy pH razor or pH minus from your local pet shop or online that can be directly added to the water. I normally use CCAM products like alkaline buffer to raise the pH and acid buffer to lower the pH in my water. Just remember that fish are very sensitive to pH changes, and if it is done too rapidly, it can cause extreme stress or even death. Fish should not be exposed to a change in pH more than zero point 0.3 in a 24-hour period. To correctly adjust the pH level, you first have to optimize the amount of dissolved solids in the water, which I will be showing you in another video. So without any further ado, let's get right into the unboxing of the pH meter. So we have got a box with the pH meter in it. Let's open the box and see. Okay. We have got two packets. I think these are calibration packets. We have got some information on it. So we'll be seeing how to calibrate it later. The pH meter is nicely packed. As you can see, the pH meter. This is the on and off button for the pH meter. We have got a screwdriver to calibrate it, which goes here, and we will be calibrating with it. So with the box we got two pH buffers. One is pH 6.8 and other one is pH 4.01. Today for this calibration we will be using pH 4.01. So for this calibration we would require distilled water, a measuring cup to measure the right amount which is mentioned on the packet, and a glass to calibrate the pH meter. I'm going to take 250 ml of the distilled water, measure it in the measuring cup. Just make sure that the water is exactly 250 ml. That should be enough. So I'm going to be adding the pH buffer to the water. Let's cut the packet. Let's open the packet and empty the packet into the water. Use a spoon and mix it properly until the powder dissolves in the water. Now you can see that the powder is totally dissolved in the water. The next is to calibrate the pH meter. One very important thing before calibrating pH meter is to check the temperature of the water as mentioned in the pack that comes with the pH meter. So I'm going to be using a temperature meter to check the temperature of the water. The thermometer is set to the room temperature to know what is the temperature of the water in the glass. So let us check what is the temperature now. As you can see, the temperature is 27.3. Okay. So as you can see, for the reading of approximately 30 degrees Celsius, the reading should be 4.01. So let us check what is the pH showing in the water. So let us check the pH reading. This is on off button. I'm going to switch on the pH meter, dip it in the water and leave it for a minute to get a stable reading. So currently so it's been about a minute and the reading currently is showing 3.4. As you can see it, if I remove it from the water, the pH reading will be differing, as you can see it. Yeah. So it starts to differ. So now it's time to calibrate it. So we have to calibrate it, keeping it in the water. So I'm going to use this tool and to calibrate it from behind. So the required amount of 4.01. I am using the screwdriver, putting it here and going to rotate it anti-clockwise till it comes to 4.01 or 4. So that's right about there. So I have taken three different types of water. This is the distilled water with the pH buffer in it. This is RO water, normal drinking water, and this is the tap water. So we are going to check what are the pH in these three different waters. So let us start with the distilled water with pH buffer, which should show 4 and showing exactly the 4. So now let's check what is the pH in the RO water. Just give it a minute to stabilize. Yeah, the pH in the RO water is 6.1. And now let's check what is the pH in the tap water. Just wait for a minute or so to check what is the reading. The reading in the normal tap water is 7, which is neutral. And now the pH meter is calibrated and is ready for use in aquarium.